Hey, hello everybody. Back with another Bath and Body Works haul, and this time it is a body cream haul. So this was kind of a random trip to Bath and Body Works. I had to go out grocery shopping, and just decided to make a stop at the outlet again just to see what else they might have for the winter sale. Because the outlet tends to change out their stock really frequently. They're a frequently shopped store. I know that because no matter what time of day it is, even during the more like dead periods of time, it's still in that outlet mall. It's still pretty much the busiest store there. So they have a lot of product turnover. So even if you go a couple times in the same week, you might find some new things. And so I just decided to stop there to see if they had anything new for the winter sale. There was one candle that I really wanted to smell that I thought wasn't there. I guess I didn't even know about the candle until I was watching someone else's video, the Violets Are Blue candle. And the outlet did have it. They just had it kind of tucked away and I didn't see it last time. So I did want to, smell that. So even though there's not a sale going on right now, sometimes I like to smell things in advance and kind of think about what I want when there is a sale on that particular product. And I ended up picking up a bunch of body creams. So I've just been interested in getting a little bit more into personal fragrance. Obviously, home fragrance, that's where my heart is. But I'm interested in personal fragrance more so as of lately, and I've been trialing different things. And as I love Bath and Body Works fragrances, but part of the issue that I have with the fine fragrance mists, and I talked about this in my last haul, is that they just have very poor longevity. Obviously, it can vary a little bit scent to scent, but they're not meant to be perfumes. They're not meant to last all day. They are meant to be reapplied. It's just the frequency that I feel they have to be reapplied can get kind of annoying. And so I have not used Bath and Body Works lotions or body creams like in a very long time. Probably since I was a teenager was the last time. And part of the reason for that is because I have to be very, very careful on what I put on my skin, because I have very sensitive skin. So, like, for example, body wash and shampoo and things like that, I actually use a ultra sensitive baby wash. I use it for myself and I use it for my kiddo because it's the only thing that I know time and time again is not going to cause my skin to react. Even things that, are fairly gentle and they've worked well for me in the past. Sometimes if the weather changes, all of a sudden my skin's a little bit drier and I get a reaction. So I'm just really careful about that kind of stuff. So honestly, my whole shower routine is basically washing my face, body, and hair with the ultra sensitive baby wash. And that's about the extent of it. And then I use a sensitive deodorant as well. So I'm very careful on what I use on my skin, and Bath and Body Works body washes are just a huge no-no for me. I remember as a teenager, and obviously the formula has probably changed, but I remember as a teenager that they would break me out. And so it's just not a risk that I'm going to take. I just don't want fragrance sitting on my skin like that. Now, the reason that I decided to try the body creams is not because I would really apply that as a body cream, like on my entire body, but I would use it as more of a perfume on my arms only. So I'd stay away from any high reactionary areas like my neck, chest, that kind of thing, and just really apply it to my arms for fragrance purposes. And I've read that the body creams have longer staying power when it comes to the fragrance, so that's why I opted for the body creams versus the lotions. Now, I also heard that the lotions tend to last longer, though, in terms of they don't get like chunky or expire. Like they can just kind of go on and on and on and be fine. And body creams seem to have a little bit of an expiration date to them. I still opted for the body cream because I compared ingredients. And even though my purpose in applying this is for fragrance, I want to try to minimize any reactions as much as possible. And I just like the body cream ingredients better. They seem a little bit cleaner. The second ingredient is glycerin, and I know my skin tolerates glycerin very well, whereas the second ingredient in the lotion is dimethicone. And that can be a little bit iffy for me, so I opted for the body cream. They also have, surprisingly, even though the body creams are obviously thicker and you would think more occlusive, they actually have less comedogenic, and when that word means pore clogging, they actually have less comedogenic ingredients than the body cream. So anyway, I kind of weighed the pros and cons and the scent staying power, and I decided to go with the body creams, even though that might mean that there is a sooner expiration date. Now, I got a lot of them. So if that's true and they only last about a year or two, I've got a lot to get through. But, it's always something I could pass on to family or friends or whatever if I'm done with a certain fragrance too. So, and these were 75% off. Some of them were actually $3. The outlets have, I think, a little bit more flexibility in how they price things compared to the regular stores. So yeah, some of these were actually $3. So I'll show you what I got. And I do want to preface this by saying I am not super familiar with all of the Bath and Body Works fragrances and what came out when, and whether or not something's is part of their staple line versus seasonal versus it's come back. I'm just not. I know a little bit about that with the candles, but I'm less familiar with fragrances that have been exclusively available in body care. So I don't know much about these. I just purely went off of how they smelled and if I liked how they smelled. So this is Velvet Sugar. The fragrance notes are red velvet cream, golden plum, sugared musk, pink jasmine, and wild strawberries, which sounds like a winner to me. Like that red velvet cream, that sounds really good. It smells really nice. Yeah, I definitely get the strawberries in here. Kind of like creamy strawberries, like a creamy strawberry shake with a little bit of some florals as well. Yeah, I like this one a lot. So that's Velvet Sugar. And then I had to get a strawberry pound cake. So obviously this has come out this has been repackaged for this spring. And it has different packaging, but this is from, I'm guessing, last year. And to me, I don't really, I care about packaging, but I care about the fragrance more. Yeah, and it's really good. I love strawberry pound cake. I get this in vendor wax all the time because a lot of vendors have duped strawberry pound cake. And they, add it to different fragrances that they, different blends. And I love strawberry pound cake. So I'm excited to have that in body cream format to apply. Okay, then we've got Pink Chiffon. Now I believe this just recently came back. This is part of like a returning, I don't know, maybe some kind of returning favorites collection or something like that. I have never actually spelled Bath and Body Works Pink Chiffon. I've smelled it in vendor wax as part of blends, but I've never actually smelled Pink Chiffon. And this is kind of light, but it probably would come alive a little bit if I applied it. But the scent notes on here are sparkling red pear, jasmine petals, tiare flower, vanilla orchid, and chiffon musk. So we've got a little bit of fruitiness, mostly florals, some musk. Yeah, I'll have to apply this and maybe sit with it a little bit longer because it's a little bit light to my nose. But I really wanted to try it. I really wanted to try like what the actual Pink Chiffon is supposed to smell like. Perfect in Pink. And this has, let's see, vibrant cherries, pink camellia, whipped almond cream. Okay, this is why I like this so much, because cherries and almond is always a winner for me. It's really good. This kind of reminds me of Sweetheart Cherry. Um, if they had Sweetheart Cherry in the body cream at the outlet, I would have gotten it, but they didn't. Um, but this reminds me a lot of Sweetheart Cherry. Obviously, Sweetheart Cherry has like a pistachio note, but sometimes almond and pistachio and like cherry, they all kind of start smelling the same. And you get just maybe like a touch of a floral in here, but really it's mostly cherry and almond that I pick up. Pretty as a Peach. This is also part of the, again, I don't know what to call it, but I know like returning scents. Yeah, it's just a nice kind of, it's a nice peach. It's got some floral in here too. I feel like I remember this. This is a little bit nostalgic for me, so I'm pretty sure whenever this was first initially available, I've probably smelled it and purchased something in it because this is nostalgic. This is Blushing Peach, Jasmine Petals, White Nectarine, Apple Blossom, and Sheer Freesia. Okay. And then I got just one of the classics, and I got this for purely nostalgic purposes. Cucumber Melon. I had so much of this as a kid. Oh my gosh. And I love it. I just love it. I love Cucumber Melon. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. I don't know. There's nothing more to say really. The notes on this are crisp cucumber, watery honeydew, summer cantaloupe, sparkling grapefruit, and sheer woods. It's just a beautiful melon, fruity, watery cucumber fragrance, like just spa vibes all the way. And then I picked up Into the Wild. And I didn't even look at the notes on this. I just bought this because I liked how it smelled. Sparkling mandarin, pear blossom, and sugared musk. So this I'm probably gonna have a citrus note. And yeah, it's kind of just like a tropical jungle citrusy kind of fragrance with some floral in here. It's nice. Oops. Okay. Then I grabbed Brown Sugar and Fig. Now I also remember this one from when I was a kid. Yeah. Again, it's kind of light. Probably would come alive if I applied it. It's a little bit light here, just smelling it right like this. But yeah, I like Fig. Not everybody likes Fig. I like Fig. Let's see. Fragrance notes are fresh fig, coconut milk, and caramelized brown sugar. Yeah, and this is just kind of like a sugary fig. Fig has an earthiness to it, and I think that's what can potentially be off-putting for some people. But not for me. I like fig. Okay. And I think just one more, and that is whipped honey and vanilla. Yeah, this is really good. I love honey. Honey drizzle, blossoming neroli, and whipped vanilla bean. And this is kind of just like reminds me of like a milk and honey fragrance. Definitely get the vanilla. And then yeah, I love honey in fragrances. So it's just really nice, really warm, comforting. They did have Vanilla Cafe as well that I really wanted to get, but they didn't have it in the body cream. They only had it in the lotion, and again, I just wasn't feeling the lotions. I don't know. I mean, my mind might change once I start using the body creams, and and especially for longevity purposes, collective purposes, I may want the lotion instead, but I just like the ingredients better on the creams. And then we'll kind of see what the staying power is of the fragrance, because that's really my main goal, is that I would like to, I'm fine with like reapplying every couple of hours. I'm fine with that. Every 15-30 minutes is a little bit annoying to me. So that's where I'm like, I just want something that lasts a little bit longer, maybe, has that added moisture benefit. So I'm going to be trying some of these out, and they might be kind of grouped into like a empties review video or something along those lines. But let me know. I mean, obviously, because I'm kind of newer to the body care aspect of Bath and Body Works. What's your preference? Do you like the lotions better? Do you find the lotions last longer? Do you find the fragrance lasts longer with lotions or body creams? Because that's really what I'm curious about. My most important thing is whether or not the fragrance staying power is good. So I'm just curious what everyone else's experiences are. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video.